Folks, you all know me. I'm James Davison,
Mayor of Waynesboro.
Now, the reason I've asked you all here today, our town is facing a grave danger from the approaching Northern Army.
You mean the Yanks?
I hear they kill babies.
I am sure that is not true.
That sounds like utter nonsense.
Mayor Davison,
Just how large is this army?
We don't know the exact number, but they're leaving destruction in their wake.
Some towns have been burned to the ground. Nothing left.
Those poor souls.
We need to find out who their commanders are and talk to them. Find out what they want.
How are we supposed to do that?
Wouldn't those commanders try to contact the town officials?
I would expect they would set up a headquarters of some kind somewhere.
They might.
Where are our soldiers? Aren't there any in town?
Not many.
Not enough. And I don't think fighting in the streets is a good idea.
Certainly not. Who knows what could happen?
I'll fight 'em if no one else will.
Well, I surely hope it won't come to that.
Well, I think we should try to do business with them.
What?
That's a terrible idea.
It is not a terrible idea. We've seen that they'll take what they want regardless, so we might as well go about it peaceably.
We'll negotiate. We'll come to terms with them, and that's how we'll protect our property.
It's my job to keep the people of Waynesboro safe.
My dearest James, there is a veritable storm over Georgia now that Atlanta has fallen. Waynesboro lies directly in Sherman's path to Savannah. Perhaps it is a blessing that this war has spared you, for your conscience would have you marching with the Yankees, and your heart would be breaking for the land and the people that raised you. Joe Wheeler's forces are gathering here now. Many frequent my parlor. Mr. Underwood has asked me to gather information on their movements and operations to pass along to the Union forces. I hope that in some ways my endeavors may help to bring this cruel war to a close. I do not know when I shall be able to visit you again. But until then, know that you are always in my heart, my beloved.
Looks like another quiet night.
Bessie, did you find anything out about your son?
No, I'm getting real worried.
What happened to him?
He was taken away and sold.
It was that horrible Miss DeVore. She lives in that plantation outside of town. She goes to church on Sundays and puts on airs like a proper lady. She despises girls like us. She beats her slaves almost to death, and she'd sell a son away from his mama. Sent that poor boy down to Savannah.
But I thought Bessie here was a freedwoman.
I am. Now.
Mr. Underwood did the paperwork, and it is all legal.
Well, what if somebody recognizes her?
No one would dare tell Miss DeVore they saw Bessie in here.
Miss Miranda, are you sure that Confederate lieutenant is coming back by here today?
Yes, Mr. Underwood. He comes in every day. He is overburdened and seeks solace in liquor and the girls.
Does he still pay you with Confederate money?
I'm afraid so. I do believe it will be worthless soon. I should probably start to refuse it.
I wouldn't do that just yet. What he's giving you in information may be infinitely more valuable than the currency itself.
Very well. Here he is. Good evening, Lieutenant. We're delighted to see you again.
Miss Miranda. Whiskey, please.
Certainly.
Well, it has begun. We've engaged the Yanks right outside of town by the bridge.
There's fighting at the bridge?
Yep. Not a whole lot of men involved yet. We're keeping a lot of my troops in reserve just in case things get worse, which could happen real quick. Thanks, Bessie.
I've heard reports that more Yanks are arriving every day.
I'm afraid so. Another, please. To say the least, I'm very concerned.
Here you go.
Thank you, Bessie.
Do you think the Yanks match our numbers yet?
Well, our intelligence tells us that they far outnumber us.
Can I get you something to drink, Captain?
Beer, please.
Hello, Captain Rogers.
I thought I'd find you in here, Lieutenant.
Yep, this is the place I told you about. This looks like tomorrow will tell the tale. I believe we'll be in full engagement by noon.
Lieutenant Hurd, may I speak to you privately, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Are you sure it's a good idea to be telling the people in here the details of our intelligence reports?
Well now, Miss Miranda, she's a supporter of the Confederacy. See the flag right here? She still takes our currency.
Well, it's true. Most merchants don't.
And I know all the girls. Is that why you called me over here, sir?
Lieutenant, I wanted to catch you before you got too far along in here.
Okay, Captain.
I need you to pay attention to this.
How can I help you?
This whole thing is going to break open tomorrow morning, and it's going to be close to here.
And what do you need from me, sir?
I need you at my tent at 5 a.m.
Lord, 5 a.m.? Sun's not even up yet.
I don't care, Lieutenant. I need you there then. The men listen to you.
Yes, sir. I'll be there. I guarantee it.
Joe, I've been looking for you.
Wow, Elizabeth Grace. I didn't expect to see you here. Is there anyone in your home?
No, they didn't find us, thanks be to God. For once, I was grateful that I lived so far from town. I brought you a wagon with some salt pork and coffee.
We appreciate that. Quartermaster will take care of it.
I will find some ladies to help tend to the wounded. Your doctors will need their assistance.
Yes, they will.
And Joe, if your family needs to evacuate, they're more than welcome to come stay at my home.
Thank you. You need to get on back to the house before the fighting starts.
Yes, sir.
Ladies, I have a task for you to perform tomorrow. I think the lieutenant is very important to what this captain has in mind.
What can we do?
Detain him. Detain him until I tell you otherwise.
We can get him liquored up quick as a wink. He'll pretty much do that himself.
I have a large quantity of a powerful opiate on me. In the process of getting him liquored up, I need you to see that that makes its way into his drink.
We can do that, but not too much. We don't want him to notice the difference of the taste. Spread it out over a couple of drinks.
We can take him upstairs and offer him a 2-for-1.
Good idea.
One of you will have to monitor him. Keep him unconscious or very close.
We've done some nursing.
I don't doubt it. Just be careful mixing the substance with the whiskey. I don't need another dead Confederate on my hands.
Hello, General Hardy.
So, General Wheeler, when do you think these things gonna start?
Could be as early as tomorrow, Doc.
You think my boys will see action tomorrow?
Probably not. Tomorrow's more like strike and run.
Well,
I gotta tell him something.
Okay, tell him we're moving closer to Waynesboro tomorrow.
North Waynesboro, South Waynesboro? What are you thinking?
South, then. Excuse me, gentlemen. I need to check on my horses.
Hope you boys don't keep me too busy tomorrow.
Doc, I don't see any nurses.
General, I have a nurse coming in tomorrow. Everything's gonna be fine. right up. Good afternoon, General.
Doc, I see your help finally showed up.
Yes, General. This is Nurse Emma. Emma, this is General Hardy.
Pleased to meet you, General.
Where you hail from, ma'am?
South a bit. Used to have a plantation near Waynesboro.
Used to.
Yanks paid us a visit last week. They took all the food and livestock. Burned whatever would burn, which was just about everything.
I sure am glad to have her help.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome, dear.
All right, gentlemen, here's what we know.
Please tell me you're ready for my men.
Yanks are tearing up downtown Waynesboro right now.
Tearing up how? I imagine they're tearing up track and burning everything they can get their hands on.
Yep, they're causing all kind of trouble.
My boys are ready.
Tomorrow morning I'm hitting them from all sides.
So what side do you want me to take?
I won't need your boys today after tomorrow.
That's what you told me yesterday.
I'm gonna need all your men to build barricades and fight.
We can do that.
A whole bunch of barricades. We'll wear them out. Boys did good today, General.
Happy to be of assistance. What are your plans for tomorrow?
You're not gonna like it.
Sounds like a classic.
Classic it is.
Legion versus Legion.
Well, if you don't like it, y'all can go home.
I wouldn't dream of it. We're gonna stay.
They burn your home? Do you have any children or family to take care of?
No, not anymore.
A time to kill? A time to heal? A time to break down? And a time to build up.
Damn every Yankee to hell. I want to kill every last one of them.
I'm a friend of General Wheeler. Are you ready to help us?
We'll do whatever we can.
The Army is in desperate need of nurses.
Doctor, the wounded are still coming in. What? We need you, Doctor. The wounded, they're still coming in.
No, no. We can't go on like this. We don't have enough supplies to take care of them.
We need you, Doctor. Oh, no, sir. You do not get to do this. No, sir. You got through this. We're going to get through this together. Is this ever going to end?
Stay strong. We can't keep going like this.
All right, I finished my report. I need to find a way to get it to Colonel Peabody as soon as possible. But a man leaving town right now is going to draw way too much suspicion.
So that means you want me to take it?
Perhaps use the lieutenant as your portal. We know he's going to be near the cannon.
I suppose I should go and see to my mother.
In truth.
Partly. She is in federal controlled territory, and I can be very adamant about her safety.
I imagine you could.
Miss Miranda, you can't be walking this way. It's dangerous.
My mother's cabin is over there. I have to go and make sure she's all right. I won't be long.
I understand. Ain't that sweet? She gotta go check on her mama.
have a communication, Colonel Peabody. Where can we talk?
Miss Miranda, I must thank you for the information you have acquired, but might I ask how you were able to obtain it?
One of my regulars is a Confederate officer.
And being an officer, the quality of his information would be far superior to that of the enlisted men.
Yes, he was a most fortuitous find. Most of the enlisted men are either sniveling about their sweethearts or grumbling about their officers.
Yes, they do. And that is why they spend such exorbitant amounts of time and money in your establishment to help them forget.
That is a rather genteel way of phrasing it. Now, I don't know if this particular officer is a sweetheart or not, but he most definitely has an affinity for alcohol.
And I imagine the more you ply him with, the looser his tongue becomes.
Yes. I have learned to converse with him when he is in that delightful state of loquacious boastfulness, before he sinks into besotted oblivion, from which fortunately he shall not remember anything he said.
The state of affairs of most of those who imbibe.
Oh, yes. I shall continue to ply him, but I would appreciate a specific line of inquiry.
I must inform you that this endeavor can become far more violent.
Violence is the nature of war, is it not?
Yes, but there are some lines that very few are willing to cross.
What is the nature of this line?
It is called canister shot.
I have heard that canister shot can rip men to shreds.
It is a most horrific thing, ordered only by the highest of officers. They take their largest cannons and load them not with conventional arsenal, but with steel balls, nails, broken glass, even stones.
Madness takes its toll.
I would never use it myself, unless it was used against my men first, but Kilpatrick is another matter. I must know if there are Confederate officers who are willing to take this risk.
I shall endeavor to learn this for you.
Thank you.
Your place of business. It remained unburnt.
We offered no resistance. And why should we? It's good to see you in one piece, Lieutenant. It's been a very noisy morning.
Oh, Lord, I'm deaf. Too close to the cannons out there.
Is there something I can get for you?
Whiskey, please. Just one right now. I've got to get back to the battle. It's madness out there.
How is the battle going?
I have no idea how we're able to hold on. We're outnumbered on most everything. Except for cannons. Thank the Maker. And we have a couple of heavy guns, which they don't have.
Would you like some company before you go back?
If I'm alive later, absolutely. But I have to keep my head straight.
Are we still holding on?
For now. But for the two big guns, the crews on the smaller guns are very green, and that's causing us a lot of trouble.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Rogers will have my head if I don't get back. But if I'm breathing later, I'm looking forward to seeing you. All of you.
Doc, I want to talk to you about what I saw in the field today.
Won't happen again, General. I was under a lot of pressure out there today. I feel better now.
You've been with us a long time. Your experience is extremely valuable.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Have you thought about being in an advisory position?
No, I'm a surgeon. I'm needed here.
You're the best I got. I'd hate to lose you. Have you thought about a leave of absence?
I don't know, maybe a day or two. But once we're out of this mess, I don't want to leave you in a bind.
You won't put me in a bind. Whatever you need, you have my approval.
I appreciate that, General. I just don't feel comfortable leaving right now. Let's get out of Waynesboro first.
Is it over, Lieutenant?
Will be tomorrow.
Are you all right?
I will be.
Girls have a proposition for you.
Oh, do they now?
Pauline and I thought we'd entertain you with something a little bit different.
How does a 2-for-1 special sound?
Oh, sounds expensive.
No, regular price. We just want to show you how much we appreciate your service.
Well, that sounds perfect.
Pauline will take you upstairs. Florence will bring up some drinks, and they are on the house.
Okay, let's go.
Full bottle? Yes, that would be best.
Remember, not too much at one time. It's very bitter.
Use the liquor as your main method. Get him unconscious and keep him that way. Take turns administering the dose.
We've got this.
I'm sure you do.
Y'all have fun. I'm gonna see if I can find some gentlemen with some solid U.S. currency.
You wanted to see me, General?
Yes, sir. General Wheeler and myself are going to have a meeting tomorrow. and I'd like you there to monitor that meeting.
Begging the General's pardon, what exactly do you mean by monitor?
Well, General Wheeler's got a lot of family in Augusta, and you know that's close.
Yes, sir.
My concern is, if the fighting don't go our way tomorrow, General Wheeler may not have presence of mind to direct his troops.
I understand, sir.
Now, Captain, keep this conversation between us.
Absolutely, sir. And I will be happy to sit in on the meeting with y'all.
Thank you, Captain.
The rebels must know that this war will not be a victory for them.
Yes, and it is causing friction among the commanding officers. In particular, General Hardee and General Wheeler are at each other's throats.
Over what issue?
Wheeler is from Augusta.
It's about 30 miles from here.
Yes, and his family is there. Now, Hardee would like to negotiate, but Wheeler will do anything to keep Sherman from Augusta.
But Sherman wants us to reconnect with him right after this fiasco. He has his sights set on Savannah before Christmas. He has no intention of being anywhere near Augusta.
Wheeler doesn't know that. Our Confederate friend is certain that if Wheeler does decide to use the canister shot, none of the other officers will even try to challenge him.
Then that means a complete surrender is out of the question.
I'm afraid not. This is a proud and stiff-necked bunch.
Perhaps a strategic withdrawal might be negotiated.
That would be ideal, but I should return now.
General Wheeler, I've invited Captain Rogers to sit in on the meeting.
Well, that's fine with me, but what's this meeting for?
Tomorrow will be a difficult day, no matter who comes out on top.
I'm aware of that.
I think we should have a contingency plan in case things don't go our way.
I am not surrendering my men, if that's what you mean.
Things don't go our way, I suggest an orderly withdrawal.
If I withdraw, I'm taking my men to Augusta.
Excuse me, sirs, but I thought our directive was to strike the Yanks wherever they head.
Augusta is my hometown, and I am not leaving it unprotected.
Captain Rogers, what does our intelligence tell us on this?
Most likely, after tomorrow, the Yanks will head for their original destination of Savannah.
There's no guarantee of that.
General Wheeler, I can't sacrifice any more of my men if there's no possibility of victory.
I'm only in command of my men. If I leave the field, I'm headed to Augusta.
General Wheeler, I remember something about you holding back several big pieces of artillery. Why aren't they in the fight?
Those crews on those big guns, they don't have any experience.
Any ideas on that, Captain?
Only thing they might be able to do, canister shots. And that's only at close range.
I would suggest bringing them up just in case.
I'll get that done.
Miss Miranda, have you seen Lieutenant Hurd?
I have not.
When was the last time you saw him?
He paid a brief visit yesterday, but then he left to go back to the battle.
Are you sure?
Captain, I know Lieutenant Hurd, and I can assure you he hasn't been in here since yesterday.
As you can see, it's so slow in here, I had to let all the girls go.
Thank you.
Your girls did good work. I owe them a big favor.
And they will not let you forget it. And they will be expecting something.
Miss Miranda, it has been a pleasure doing business with you. Unfortunately, you won't see me in here as much anymore. But I have a feeling business is going to pick up.
Thank you, Mr. Underwood. I understand.
Good morning.
Mayor Davison, it's with a heavy heart that I tell you that after tonight, my army can no longer protect the city of Waynesboro.
So your army's surrendering?
No, we are going to withdraw, regroup, and fight another day.
But not here.
Correct, not here.
Will there be an orderly transition?
I doubt it, but at some point you will be called to have a meeting with a representative of their army.
Do you know who that'll be?
I do not, but it probably will be a high-ranking officer.
Have you any idea what he'll ask of us?
He will lay down the law. His law, their law, not ours. I will give you a warning, however.
Yes?
The Yankees don't care about your town. They're itching to get to Savannah.
When they leave, things will get back to normal?
I doubt that. Beware of what we call the bummers.
Please explain.
The bummers are outlaws and thieves, and even deserters from their own army.
I'll inform the town folks.
That's a good idea.
Are you crazy? 5 minutes and I'm all back. If we do, it means Augusta in one day. Remember, my family's in Augusta. You don't tell me what to do. We're gonna go. Back then. Wherever.
We can't
We're not
do it.
going back to Augusta. That's it.
That's
I
it.
don't care what you say.
I have never seen two grown men act like children in such a way. Gentlemen, this kind of behavior isn't going to help anything.
The Yanks have left the area. They're headed towards Savannah.
Now that's more like it.
We got work to do.
Miss Miranda, the Yanks have won this.
You are correct, Bessie. And now I have one more task for you.
Yes, ma'am?
Time to switch the flags.
Now where is that gray coat?
He's upstairs sleeping it off. He'll be down soon. We'll let him rest for now.
Mayor Davidson, I assume you have read the document in its entirety.
Yes, I have.
You signed it without question, indicating you believe the residents of your town will comply fully with the rules set forth.
Nobody wants to cause any trouble, Colonel. I would like one guarantee from you, however.
Unfortunately, I am not at liberty to provide guarantees. However, I will listen to you.
We knew you were coming, but we didn't know how much private property would be destroyed. Can you give me a guarantee that will not continue?
Mayor Davidson, the rules are the same wherever we have gone. If there is resistance, that resistance will be quelled. If a structure is found harboring that resistance, that structure will be burned to the ground. There is nothing I can do about it.
Well, how is it the property owners...
These are the same rules issued to every officer. There is nothing I can do about them.
Well, is there anything I can do to make you stay in Waynesboro for your problems?
Yes. If you can, please help me find suitable lodging for my officers. These are well-educated men of good character.
We will do everything we can to make sure that their stay in Waynesboro is comfortable.
That would be deeply appreciated, sir.
Bessie, where is everyone? I can't find my gun. What happened?
Things have changed.
Miss Miranda, what happened here?
Confederates have withdrawn, Lieutenant. Federals are in control now.
If you leave now, perhaps you can escape from here and avoid capture, but I can't guarantee it. I wish to thank you.
Thank me? Thank me for what?
For all of your assistance.
Ladies, Colonel.
Do you think he'll make it back to his line?
He's lucky if he doesn't get shot on sight. Are you planning to stay in the area?
I'm not sure. I have to speak to my husband.
Is he in Waynesboro?
Yes. In the cemetery.
Now I know why your place did not burn. You were working with them.
I suggest you not let the Union boys hear you.
Traitor.
No, I am loyal to the United States and liberty, as you should be. You never owned slaves, did you?
Of course not. They're for rich people.
This war was not for us. At any rate, I shall have a lot of business tonight.
But the town is mostly gone, burnt, including my home.
If you are willing to help in the federal hospital, you'll have food and shelter.
Yes, ma'am.
My dearest James, I am glad to visit you again. I do believe the storm has passed. Waynesboro has suffered, but I believe we can rebuild, and that my parlor shall be successful. Bessie is going to Savannah to try to find her children. I wish her the best for what she has had to endure. We have many refugees here now, and I am sure that I can find a lady who would welcome employment as a barmaid. Pride does not put food on the table. I learned that when you departed. My darling, I shall miss you forever. But the good news is that a few planters will no longer control this whole town. And I am looking forward to the day when we shall be one nation again.
Tear it apart! Get in there!
Get in
Tear
there,
it
boy.
apart!
I'm gonna ask you one time.
Anything we can use, take it.
Is there anything in there we need to know about?
Go through everything. Take it all.
It's not anything.
Take it all.
It's not.
Do you cook?
Yes.
There's food cooking.
But that's for us.
I've done marched over half the state of Georgia for an apple.
We need food. Food. We need food.
What's on the fire
Feed
over
us
there?
now.
We hungry.
Feed us now.
Cook.
This is a rebel artillery hat.
Hey, I found some food in a haversack and a silver goblet.
I found a captain's jacket and several more in the back.
So what else you ladies hide?
Nothing.
Done found the gear.
We know they're here.
No, they're not. There's nobody here.
The officers'
Where they at?
uniforms in your tent.
But that's not anybody's. They're not anybody's. But this is all we have for us.
Go cook.
No.
Go and
Okay.
cook.
Yes.